Yeah. Can you guys confirm that you can hear me? Awesome. You can also type right in YouTube. All right, cool. You guys can hear me? I've got some super exciting news, guys. So, let me just give everybody a minute to get on. Super sorry I'm late. That's not like me, but there is a very good reason why I'm late. So, I apologize. Awesome. Just going to wait like another minute before I get started. Um, we're going to start out with the super exciting news. Got to turn this off. What am I doing? There we go. Okay. Thank you. So hopefully the image quality is nice and clear. Should be 1080p. All right, so we're gonna get started here. The exciting news is, and the reason that I'm late is I was on a call with Shorty, and he was sharing a bunch of stuff with me, and I asked him about, you probably saw in our Discord, he was saying he's gonna do like a staged um, opening of his Discord channel, where he's only gonna, like he's gonna slowly let people join. But within that, our core group is going to be phase one. So everybody, the 20 to 30 people that show up every day, you guys will all be able to join phase one of Shorty's Discord. So super, super exciting news. He shared a lot of stuff with me that I don't want to talk too much, but it's just you guys already know it's going to be rocking. Um, he shared some trades with me today, and I guess what's super reassuring is I shared two trades with him. If you were in the Discord, you saw I alerted one trade today, and that was on TTD. We're going to go over that trade and why I alerted it. And then I hopped into Best Coast Traders Discord, and I alerted a trade there. I like to try to spread the love around. But that was towards the end of the day. That was like noon Pacific time. So literally, I only alerted two trades today, and for the entire day. He just said all it is he can't handle spicy food, and he ate spicy food, and so he's having like I guess when he eats spicy food, he has like a bad reaction to it, and he'll have like indigestion and heartburn, and it'll give him a really bad headache. So he's not feeling too great. He is very sorry that he's missing. Um, that's right. I did alert SPX. Um, yeah, I mean it's just a fake out ultimately, but yeah, we will cover it. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to brush over my misses because that's not something I do. When you do miss a trade, um, you know, you just have to look at it as your cost of education, and you want to see why that trade failed. And actually, I wish Shorty was here because he could break down XPX way better than I'm going to be able to. But it's going to come down to NQ going red. Um, But yeah, we'll look at all that. Um, so anyway, super, super exciting news. Um, Shorty was telling me he took Apple early here, which is something, um, yeah, we'll go over that, Buzz. We'll go over how the trades went. So he actually took Apple early here. I think he said on this candle here, um, where he's above the daily pivot, the weekly pivot, trend line. Um, yeah, and there's decent volume. You can't really see the volume, but there you go. Now you can see the volume. But so that's one of Shorty's trades. But we'll go over ours today. Let's just start with SPX and get the bad one out of the way. Oh, actually, Shorty shared the coolest thing with me. I haven't even finished setting it up, but you can see up here I have like charting tools. I need drawing tools. Price level. Now I have to remember how to do this. Right here, my tools on each chart. You just turn this on, click apply, and click OK. Another cool thing that he showed me really quick while I'm on the screen is right here where it says show studies. If you click this arrow, so see how this one's hollow, this one's turned off. This one here is like filled in. Click apply. And what that does is you can click on studies. Oh, it's not working. Hang on, let me try again. Maybe I need to do that. Hollow. Studies. Oh, it's still not there. Is it? Let me try one more time here. I don't know why it's not doing it. Yeah, it's not coming up. But anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll tell you guys how to do it. But what it does is it gives you a little, like a temporary box you can check to remove all of the studies, so you can just quickly look at the chart. And then you can quickly check that box again to pull all of the studies back up. I'll figure it out off stream and I'll tell you guys how to get that on there. But so let's look at SPX. And again, I'm super sorry. I was not trying to hide the fact that I alerted a failed trade here. The only problem is I have to remember where I alerted it. Styles. Yeah, it's okay. I'll mess with this later. I'm not going to do it right now on stream. The indicators I'm using, these are Shorty's indicators. We're going to be going over them. And basically what it is he's going to be opening up a Discord. And with that Discord, you'll get access to these indicators. You'll get access to live alerts. You'll get access to education. And we're going to be basically just going over how these work. Next to 3 minute. Oh, here it is. Thank you. So that's all it is. If you click on the gear and you turn this on so it's highlighted, click apply, and then you click on style, and right here you have this checkbox. You can take all of the indicators off your screen really quick if you want to just see the candlesticks. Okay. So where in the hell did I alert SPX? It has to have been here. Yeah, it was here. So I'm just going to stick a price level here. Yeah, the indicators will be on TradingView. So yeah. Yeah, so this is the failed trade here. I'm pretty sure. So Ryan, to have the indicator on TOS, you would have to actually buy the indicator from Shorty. So if you sign up for his Discord, you'll get access. Hey, Gina. If you sign up for his Discord, you'll get access to the indicators on TradingView. And the reason they'll be on TradingView is he can revoke access to the indicators on TradingView. So like if you pay for 3 months, he can give you access for 3 months. And then if you stop paying, he can revoke that access. So you don't have access to the indicators anymore. With Thinkorswim, once you have the indicators, they're yours forever. I did call out MS and Nike, and we can go over both of those. I don't think MS triggered, but we can look at both of those. So if you want to have on TradingView, or sorry, on Thinkorswim, the indicators, you would have to buy them directly from Shorty, and he said he will be doing a deal for people that are in the Discord that want to have the indicators in Thinkorswim. He didn't tell me what the price was. That's something, you'll have to discuss with him once he gets the Discord going. But he did say he will do a discount for people that are in the Discord. So let's look at SPX really quick. So I alerted calls on the bounce here at the 50, opening range 50. And actually, let me just go over everything here really quickly. I'm not familiar with everybody's names on YouTube, so I'm not even really sure who I'm talking to. So just in case people aren't familiar, I'm just going to go over everything on the screen really quickly. How these indicators work is if we go to the 30-minute chart, it's going to basically plot the high, which you can see here, this solid, or the dark dashed green line is the high of the first 30-minute candle. So this is our opening range high, as you can see here by this bubble. And this red dashed line is the opening range low. This gray dashed line is the opening range 50. So basically right in the middle of the high and the low of the first 30-minute candle. These will be plotted in once the first 30 minutes closes. And it doesn't matter what chart you're on. So Shorty trades mostly on the 3-minute. He will also use the 5-minute, and he occasionally will use the 1-minute. I'm finding the 3-minute is the best for taking trades and not getting faked out too much. So the reason for my call out on SPX here is, and then, sorry, our fib levels up here. So 272, 618, 2%, and 227. And then the inverse on the put side. And what happens is if you take a trade at one of these levels, like if I took calls at the opening range 50 here, my first trim is going to be at the opening range high. My second trim will be 272, 618, so on and so forth. If I took the opening range high, first trim would be 272, 618 would be the second, and so on and so forth. And then the inverse for puts. So what happened with SPX here was I was expecting a bounce here at the opening range 50, and that was based on the trend line, and everything that was going on. And so we pulled back. We basically retested this. So that's what I was expecting, a retest of the opening range 50, and I was expecting to go at least to the opening range high. Pulled back, alerted the trade here. We did see it pop up a little bit. There was a point where you could have got out, with a decent gain. I want to say it was like $50, give or take. But then once it broke back down here and hit the opening range 50, I said it's time to cut the trade. Unfortunate. It is what it is. There's going to be fake outs. And looking now, I can see I don't have enough confluence points on this trade. That's really what it comes down to. It wasn't a good alert on my part. And, I don't I don't have anything else to say. It was just wasn't a good alert. And I'm sorry if you took it. I apologize. Let's go look at TTD. That was the one I alerted today. This was an excellent trade. We took puts. And I believe I took them on this candle here. And so obviously better would have been one of these two candles, but it is what it is. We'll go over my confluence points. I'm going to zoom in here so we can see the volume better. But down here, and actually I'll just show you guys really quickly. I recommend that you use this. If we go to edit studies, you can see I have volume average 50. So this is volume with this yellow line is the 50 moving average. So this is not one of Shorty's indicators. So you can add this to your charts and you just look for volume average and it'll come up here, and add that one to your charts. It's a great indicator with volume. And like I talked about yesterday, if you understand volume, you can literally trade just based on volume alone, without any other indicators. But so, and be fairly successful doing that. Obviously, the more confluence points you add, the better your success will be. So if we zoom in just a little bit here so we can see volume and then the downside. I'm looking for a close below, and then a retest to enter the trade. And so what happened here, we came down, we crossed through the VWAP here. So that's one confluence point. And then we crossed through the trend bar, which is my second confluence point. And we crossed the opening range 50. That's, three confluence points. And then down here, my volume is above the opening range 50. So that's 4 confluence points. And then, I forgot to count the trend bar. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, four confluence points. So I closed below the opening range 50 and the trend bar, retest here, took puts here, and we actually had a pullback. Got a little sketchy here. My stop loss would be the opening range high. We didn't see it. Ended up seeing the downside, and it ended up being a good trade. We took it at 370, and the first trim, when we got to the opening range low here, was I want to say right around 450, 460. Is that right? 370? Yeah. Our second trim, this was nice here because we also crossed below the daily pivot. Whoa, I'm going to zoom out so I can actually find the chart again. Okay. So our second trim, we crossed through the daily pivot. And this was right around, I'm not going to say prices because I don't remember. I do remember this saw like a high of 600 to 700. So first trim, second trim, third trim. And Shorty will tell you, like with each level, like when you cross through the opening range high here, this would become your stop loss. You can have, it depends on your risk tolerance. Like if you're willing to have higher risk to possibly see more downside, you can have a looser stop loss. But so here, we easily hit the first trim. We don't cross through the opening range low. So we end up seeing the second trim. And if you did use this is your stop loss at that point, you would have got stopped out. But so very good trade here. And then Nike, we called out, did that in Best Coast Traders. And this for me was just like a no-brainer. You can't see it on this chart, but right here, this is a major, this whole area right here is what's going on? This whole area right here is a major resistance level. And so I was looking at it and I'm thinking, if we break above the weekly pivot, this might be a good trade. But again, we want to break through it, close above it, and then retest it, and then we would take calls. And I just saw we kept bouncing between this weekly pivot and the trend bar. And so once here we broke down below the trend bar and closed, and then retested here, this is where I said we could take puts. And then here we have another confluence point with the sell or whatever, the buy indicator on the trend bar. So if we look at it, we can use the weekly pivot as one confluence point, below the 618 as a second confluence point, below the trend bar as a third confluence point. And then if we look at the volume, so it's right here. We closed below, and here we retest and we took the puts. And if you can see, the volume here is just increasing. So to me, this is a no-brainer play here. Would it be fine to wait till we see the alert arrow to get in? Buzz, you can. I wouldn't recommend it. The arrow is a lagging indicator, so it's going to show up late. But it is a very good indicator. As long as you have more confluence points to go with it, it will work out for you. But your better entry is going to be on this candle. As long as you have 3 confluence points, which we do here, you're going to have roughly 80% success on your trades. And if you have 5 to 6 confluence points, you'll have like a 99% success rate. And, the key is also having volume. So, yeah, the volume wasn't the greatest, but it was good enough. And I just realized I looked at the wrong volume. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. So here's where I alerted the trade. We don't have this confluence point here. I was looking over here. I don't know why. But, yeah, when I zoomed in, I got mixed up, I guess. But still decent volume. It would be way better if it was above the 50 moving average here. Let's see. MS. I would have to go over to Best Coach Trader and see what I said about MS. I don't remember. Let me look for it. MS calls on retest of 94.98. What time was that? Let's see. 11:29. Yeah, that's just another fail. Let's see. It's at 11:29 here. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much I can say. So this is right where I mentioned it in BCT. We closed above, and then I was saying on the retest of 94.98 to take calls, and you can see my confluence points are first. The volume is good. I'm above the trend bar. I'm above the opening range low. So there's my 3 confluence points, and it didn't work out. It is what it is. Volume died off here. Yeah, I mean, that's all it comes down to. The volume just went down. It is what it is. Yeah. Oh, this watch list here. I mean, I could share this with you guys. It's just it's every stock with an ATR above 2. So that's ATR is average true range. So it's basically things that anything that's moving plus minus 2 points a day. So that's all that is. This is actually probably going to be going away because Shorty gave me a watch list, or sorry, a scanner that I need to put here. That's going to take up a lot of real estate. That coincides way better. Yeah, so that's what it is, Ryan. He has a scanner that literally tells you what things are within, like getting close to triggering and stuff like that. I haven't. That's what when I was on the call with him earlier, and the reason that I started this late was because I was on the call with him and he was explaining how to use the scanner to me. So I haven't even got it set up yet. You would love if I could share the scanner in the Discord, because that's going to have to be something between everybody and Shorty. I mean, I'm sure Shorty will share it with people once they join his Discord. He's a really kind, giving person, so I'm sure he would be willing to give that stuff away to you guys if you're in his Discord. Let's look at Apple, because that was just like absolute fire today. If you guys have any charts that you do want to look at, let me know. So like I said, Shorty actually took the play. I want to say it was either this candle here or this candle here. So, okay, Ryan. So he actually took this before the opening range closed out, and he had his opening range high and low and all of that. He took this early, based on previous volume, he said, and also the current volume. I mean, you can see like this is massive volume. I want to say he took the trade here. And he has the confluence points anyway. You're above the weekly pivot. You're above the daily pivot. You're above the trend bar, and you're above the VWAP. So he took it right around here on this candle. And he said he actually got out early, but he was still happy with the play. That's another thing he'll talk about a lot is, you got to be happy with those 30% gains. And every once in a while, you get trims that go, 2,000% or what have you. Yeah, so it's 4 confluence points. So it's right here. We have the volume. We have the weekly pivot, the daily pivot. Sorry, actually it's 5. Volume, weekly, daily, trend bar, and VWAP. You have 5 confluence points. Yeah. And there you have it. That's a 99% chance of a profitable trade with those 5 confluence points. Does anybody have any questions about the indicators on my screen? I'll look at QS in a second, Gina. I just want to make sure everybody's following along. Everything making sense to everybody? All right, cool. We'll go take a look at QS. Oh, and also, I should mention, Shorty said, he said there was 3 plays on Apple today. So let's just look at it really quick. We definitely have a trigger here on this candle. You could even argue, actually, let me see. You have a trigger here on this candle. Well, actually, no, you don't. Yes, you do. I take it back. So you want the close above, all of this stuff, the VWAP, trend line, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Rick, it's, so if you go to, if you just type in volume average, this is it. Okay, so for the weekly and daily pivot points and all of the indicators, those are all going to be available through the Discord that Shorty's going to be opening. And yeah, you'll have access to all of this stuff. The Discord should be opening really soon. For anybody that doesn't know, it's going to be $40 a month. The most exciting thing, I think, is the amount of education that you guys are going to get from Shorty is going to be sick. On top of that, you're going to get alerts. Give me a second, Ryan, and I'll get to that. But so you're going to get a ton of education. You're going to get alerts, and you'll get access to the indicators. If you take one play from Shorty in a day, you'll pay for your subscription probably for 3 or 4 months, maybe more. And, I would say, like, really the goal should be, join the Discord for whatever length of time, learn as much as you can, and purchase the TOS indicators from Shorty, and then go on and trade by yourself. Like, or I mean, if you like having community and having, like other people's alerts, then stay. But that's one thing that's that will be great about the Discord is the more eyes you have looking at these indicators for triggers, the easier it's going to be to find trades. Yes, he will be live trading. Yes. There will be live alerts from Shorty and from me. I don't know what you mean by part-time, Rick, but Shorty made $198,000 in one trade today. And I think after you make $198,000, you can call it a day, right? But I mean, he's a busy guy, so he, I don't know, he traded probably, I mean, between trading and like talking with us in our Discord, he was on for probably a good 3 hours. Yes, you Taco, you will be part of the first phase. Really, like I said, anybody that's showing up, and I mean, when I say daily, of course, it's not every day. I don't show up every day. Yes, it's for TradingView, Fanny. So he has indicators for TradingView and for Thinkorswim. But so when I say every day, I don't literally mean like you need to be there Monday through Friday every single day and never miss a day. I'm just saying on average, we have roughly 30 people that show up consistently. Those are going to be, the first phase people. Sorry, Sachin. I don't know. You could not make use of the alerts. No. So I guess, Sachin, to you, it sounds like for whatever reason you have, I'll get to you in just a second, Buck. For whatever reason, it sounds like you can't attend the first, the open of the market or whatever. Technically, in most cases, or I mean, at least for me, I probably will not be alerting things before the close of the first 30-minute candle. Shorty will. If I get more comfortable, I might start alerting things in the first 30 minutes. We'll see how that goes. But if you're not able to get into the voice chat, this trading system is super easy. And if you take the education, you can find your own trades. It's really, really, really easy. And if you're struggling, like I'll literally get with you one-on-one and help you get comfortable with the indicators and get comfortable taking trades. So let's just look really quick like at Apple, and together, hopefully you guys have a good clear picture of the chart. It's kind of unfair to look at it after the fact and be like, oh yeah, I would have taken the trade here or whatever, because you can see what's going to happen. But let's be honest and find actual triggers and see if they would be fake outs or if it would be a profitable trade. So our first trade that I see is going to be, the first candle here, we have 4 confluence points, right? So volume, weekly pivot, daily pivot. Actually, we have 5, VWAP and trend bar. So we have 5 confluence points. We close above all of those. So then at that point, we're waiting for a retest of our daily pivot here, or a retest of the VWAP, or a retest of the trend bar or whatever to take this trade. So we would actually wait until this candle to take this trade. And as you can see, if we waited until this candle and we used the daily pivot as our stop loss, we wouldn't have stopped out of this. And, I don't know where you would trim because you don't have any of the indicators up on the screen. But I mean, any of us would be happy, somewhere from here to here, taking profits. Maybe when you start seeing red candles, you take profits. And if you're, if you've got balls of steel, you could play it all the way up. Yes, I wait for retests, and you'll see. Like I said, we're gonna go through and look for triggers throughout this chart, Apple, and see where we would have taken trades, and see how it would have worked out for us. So this could be our first trade here, and it's a great trade. Second trade, let's see. So we break through the monthly pivot here. That's one confluence point. Let's look at the volume. Our volume's great. Sorry, I can't see now what that is. This is the $618 level. So, we wouldn't take a trade anywhere before this level here because we don't have a retest. So on this candle here, we're below the monthly pivot. We break through the 618 level on the fibs. We break through the trend line. And that's actually something really interesting to note is if you look at trend line here, we're above it the entire time. And we're going, to the upside. It's not until we break down below it that we see downside. So here, this candle, we have one confluence point, a second confluence point on breaking through the trend bar. Our third confluence point is the 618 level. And then our fourth confluence point is our volume. So on the retest here, we could take puts. Our first trim is going to be the 272. That's a 20% move. And then our second trim is going to be the opening range high. That's going to be our second trim. That's a 40% move. And if you still have contracts after that, you're not going to see a third trim. And you're going to stop loss out, somewhere here. If you use the opening range high as your stop loss, you're going to be getting out on this candle. And you've got your 40% move there. Hopefully everybody can see, I'm being as non-biased as possible. This is not a trigger. This is here, our retest right here. So if there is a fake out, I will tell you guys. Nothing. Technically, no. Yeah. Yeah, our next trigger is going to be here on this candle. And I don't like this midday stuff. You just kind of chop sideways, but this is a trigger, and it's a decent trigger. It's a 20% move. So we'll play it out really quick. We have, and I'm just going to zoom in right here. Actually, we're missing on the volume. I mean, this is good volume. It's just not above the 50-day moving average. So right here, we're crossing the 272 level. We're above the trend bar. And we're above the VWAP. So that's our 3 confluence points. And we'll just call this decent volume because we're not above the 50 moving average. So this wouldn't be a confluence point, but we have 3 confluence points here. The 272 level, VWAP, and the trend bar. We close above the 272 level. On this candle, we retest it. When we cross back above the 272 level here, you can take the trade, and you would just take your first trim here at the 618. Try to get a second trim up here. Doesn't happen, and you would stop out. Well, yeah, you could either stop out here or stop out on this candle here. So, and I think I already answered you, Ryan, but I'll just cover it again. You do want to wait for a retest because otherwise you might see fake outs. I think the one area where you can get away with not waiting for a retest, and actually you even see it here with Apple, like if we just zoom in on this section, this is the largest volume spike, of the day, and we still end up with a retest, right? And you'll see, I've seen it. I don't have a specific example in mind, but I've seen triggers where, like if I wasn't waiting for a retest, it would have been a trigger. I would have taken it and I would have got faked out. So you do want to wait for those retests. And let's see, Gina wanted to look at QS. Did you take puts on this, Gina? Nice. Thanks, Ryan. That's awesome. I wonder if Gina left us. Let's see. I only see a couple of triggers on QS, and they're not great. This one I wouldn't attempt, but below the trend bar, you have a buy indicator here. Cross through the VWAP, close below the VWAP, and we've got volume. Here on the retest of the VWAP, you could buy puts, and you could play it down here to the weekly pivot. Yeah, and it's not a great trade. The second play that I see is right here. So this one's better. So we're below the VWAP. There's 1 point of confluence. We're below the trend bar, second point of confluence. We are below the, what is that? Sorry, I'm still, oh, sorry, this is the point of control. This yellow line is the point of control. POC. So we have 1 with the VWAP, 2 with the POC, 3 with the opening range low, and then 4 with the trend bar, and 5 is going to be our volume. Well, no, we're not above the opening range 50, but there's still decent volume. So we have 4 points of confluence here, and basically where we get this close below the opening range low here, on this retest, you would take it and you would play down to the 272 level. You would take a trim here, You could have got stopped out on this candle. If you didn't, you would have been able to get a second trim at the 618 level. So this is roughly 40% move. So you can see here, this is, and again, I said I would point out fake outs. This would be a lower confluence play. We have the volume. We have a close above the 272 level. We're above the trend bar. And we have a buy indicator here. But we're below VWAP and below the POC. But technically, and actually, yeah, so here's our close. Here's our retest. You could have took this. You would have been just short of getting 20%. Yeah. So I think what's missing here is, well, I guess no, we have the volume on this candle, but you don't know that until after the fact. But here on the retest, you could have took it. What's missing here is just the volume. So again, I'm trying to be as non-biased as possible. QQQ. All right. Did that answer your question, Gina, on QS? This one's just going to be too easy. It's going to be way too easy. So where do you even start? This is anybody want to give it a shot at what the trigger is here? I can start with my cursor here. So 724, 727, 730, 733, 736, 739, 742, 745, 748, 751. Anybody have any guesses on our trigger? Nobody? Bueller? All right, I'm putting you guys on the spot. 736. Let's take a look. 736. 742. Okay. You guys are right there. It's close. The trigger, you guys split it right down the middle. It's going to be 739. But you guys are close. So that's good. I mean, if you took 736, are you going to be sad? No. I mean, unless you got in down here at the bottom. 742. Okay, so I'll show you guys why it's 739. But you guys are right. I mean, you're close. Like, if you took any one of those three candles, you would be happy, right? You would have a little bit of a scary moment on this green candle, but you would be happy. So let's count all of our points of confluence. I mean, there's no question, right? We have the volume. On any of these candles here, there's tons of volume. This is the lowest one here. So, volume, 1 point of confluence, right? So here we're breaking through the trend bar. That's 2. We're breaking through the VWAP. That's 3. We have a buy indicator on this candle. That's 4. And we break through the opening range 50. That's 5. And on this candle here, so here we break through the opening range 50. And then right here we come back and we retest it, and you'd pull the trigger right there when we retest it. Right here when we retest it. And then your first trim, opening range low. Oh, that's helpful, boss man. Opening range low is going to be our first trim. 272, second trim, 618, third trim, fourth, fifth, sixth. And if you made it down here, you're a boss. So does that make sense why our trigger is on this green candle opposed to this red candle? Sorry, 1 second. Okay. What's my setup? It's a hot mess. So this is one 27-inch monitor here that you guys are looking at. This is my flexible grid where I look at a bunch of charts. Okay. And maybe I should share this with you guys because Shorty was just telling me about this and it's actually sick. So like if we throw QQQ here and we throw a QQQ put trades. I don't even know what's... We'll just say a 397 put on QQQ. I'm about to show you guys something really cool. All that well. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can just zoom in here. Here. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do this on the big chart. But so anyway, I have my flexible grid here. If I'm looking to take a trade, I put the ticker symbol, or I'm sorry, the strike price here. So like my 397 put. I happen to copy and paste it there, but what I normally will do is I'll go to trade, right click, add to, and then my watch list. It'll pop up there. And then this, you can see I have the yellow 2 right here. And I have this one chart and this one chart linked to 2. And then over here I have active trader turned on. Just in case you guys don't know, let's see. Customize grid. On this one, I have the sidebar on so I can turn on active trader and then uncheck customize grid. My active trader, these are my, this is how I have it configured. This will be on, it's being recorded right now on YouTube. So yeah, I have an Android, of course. I'm a techie person. I'm not an Apple person at all. Right now I have a OnePlus 9 Pro and a Pixel 6 Pro. So, ow. I don't know what just happened to my toe, but it hurts really bad. So anyway, this is how I have my active trader configured. And I always, oh, why is it not there? Maybe because it's after hours, but there's a checkbox here. Where is it? Oh, it should be here. There we go. I don't. Oh yeah, auto send right there. Oh, I just moved it up. That's weird. Should be here. There we go. So I auto send, so I can just click anywhere in here. You know, if they're going for right now, they're the ask is 317, the bid's 289. Somewhere in the middle. You can just click and it'll auto send. And then when I'm ready to sell, I can just click on this side and it'll auto send as well. I do not use market orders. The reason I don't use market orders, and I'll explain this, unless you have some crazy information where you need to absolutely get into a trade because the stock's moving so fast, that would be the only time you use a market order. The hedge funds, they have computers. So we have access to level 2 data. Hedge funds will have access to level 3 and 4 data, which will actually tell them the specific, if somebody slaps the market on a contract or on a stock, and they can specifically sell a contract to that person at a higher price. And that computer they have is programmed to do it in fractions of a second. So they can literally cherry pick people doing market orders and either buy from them cheap or sell to them more expensive. So you really don't want to do market unless you're really, really needing to get into a trade because it's moving super fast or something to that effect. So this is my setup. And then what I was going to show you guys, this is just my 127-inch monitor. On my other 27-inch monitor, I have this pop-out box where I look at SPY and Qs on the 15-minute with Squeezy's double Bollinger Band method. And if there's other charts I want to look at, I'll throw them in here. That way I can look at up to 8 charts at a time. Or actually, if you can include QQQ and SPY, I'm looking at 10 charts at any given time. Sometimes I'll pop out another 6 charts if I need it. And then besides those 4 charts, I'll have Discord up and a web browser. That's pretty much it. So to show you guys something Shorty was showing me, which is insane. Why is this? There we go. So let's try. If we look at QQQ here and we load in our studies, and we go to the 3-minute, so we can compare. Our trigger here is this candle here, right? So 739. If we come over here, in case you don't know what I'm looking at here, this is the strike price. So 397 strike price. So the option cost instead of the ticker symbol. And if we look for our trigger here, it looks like it's going to be on this candle here. Is that 339 as well? Oh, it ends up being... Oh, wait. Actually, no. I'm sorry. Well, so yeah, in this instance, it doesn't make a difference. But, yeah, doesn't make a difference here. But Shorty was showing me, if you have a spare screen or like a spare chart where you can look at the strike price, you can actually get into trades earlier using exactly the same, indicators, just on the actual strike price. So, you would just find your 3+ confluence points, with the price action of the contract. Doesn't play out on this. Doesn't play out on this particular one, but the example he showed me, you would have ended up getting in the trade. What was it? Apple. I think it was SPX. So let's look at SPX. I believe Shorty took SPX on this candle here. And it's because he was looking at more than just the orbs. He had other information I don't have. But let's just play here. 4629. Let's just try 4610. So let's see how this would have worked out. So for me, technically, well, let's see. No, let's not even count confluence points because there's not enough here. But Shorty took this candle, or this candle. I can't remember which one. One of these two. So 239 or 739 or 742, and that's going to be 742, 749. I'm messing something up. I don't know. Maybe it was an SPX, but anyway, he was actually able to get. Actually, not Shorty. One of Shorty's followers got into a trade earlier than Shorty by using the option contract prices with the indicators. Maybe it was Apple. Let's see. Is that a good strike for Apple? I don't even know. Yeah, that works. Whatever. I'm missing something. I'm gonna have to watch the video. I did record what Shorty was teaching me. I'm gonna have to rewatch it and figure out what he was saying because I'm missing something here. Um, I'm basically seeing, or actually, let me see. Maybe this is different. I take it back. No, yeah, I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. Sorry. I'll have to rewatch that and go over that with you guys because I don't know what it is. Anybody have any questions? Is everything making sense? I think the only bad thing with this is you guys have a slight delay with me streaming like this. Anybody there? Ryan, the Discord should really be like any day. Um, I don't have, I should have asked Shorty today for a time frame, but the last time I asked him was a day or two ago, and he said it's going to be, any day now. I know he's automating everything, so he has a coder that he's working with, and I believe he also has a lawyer, just typing out legal stuff. I think that's all that they're waiting on right now is the legal stuff, and yeah, it should be ready like any day now. It's going to be soon. So. Monkey Butt, I see your question about the VWAP bands. Um, these are Shorty's indicators, so I can't share what the band is that he uses. Um, and it's probably just a matter of the belly of the VWAP. No, you're talking about the belly of the volume here. This volume. I'll try my best to explain this. This is a B. You see that? POC. A P. You're saying a bunch of stuff, Monkey Butt. Let me just cover this volume profile Hang on one second. I'm going to mute myself. Dog's going crazy. Actually, I don't even know how to mute myself on YouTube, so I guess I'm not muting myself. So with this volume profile, if you have a P here, so all the volume is up here at the top, that's showing a lot of buying because all the volume's happening up here at this upper range. If you have a B, that means you have buying up here and you also have buying down here, or buying and selling down here, buying and selling down up here. So with this, how Shorty explained this to me, like literally on the call we were on earlier, is where you see a P, all of the buying and selling pressure is up here in this upper range. Where you see a B, you have buying and selling up here, nothing here in the middle, buying and selling down here. And so when you break past this level, you're probably going to fall pretty far down till you get back to the buying and selling happening here. So that's the difference between a P and a B. A P is stronger. A B is weaker. So Shorty can explain that way better than me. Hopefully that makes some semblance of sense. Do I use the volume profile that I see on your TOS or just the POC for the one of the confluence? By volume profile, you mean this down here? Sorry, this is... Oh, why do I have two? Oh, wait, let's see. So weird. Oh, there we go. So, Suman, what volume profile are you talking about specifically? This is the point of control down here, this yellow line. Buzz, you would have to ask Shorty that. He, as far as I know, he just uses the scanner. He uses a scanner. But I know he loves to trade... hello, Lords. I know he loves to trade SPX. Probably trades that every single day. But again, that's something you would have to ask him. I'm not sure. So, Suman, to try to answer your question the best way possible, the point of control is this yellow line. Yes, I will use that as a confluence point. The volume profile, I don't know what you mean by volume profile. This one here on the side. But basically, anything that you see can be a confluence point. sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Duddu, Dudu, maybe. Um, as far as a POC indicator on TradingView, I don't. I mean, I know Shorty has one, and if you sign up for his Discord, you'll get access to that. I don't know if there's a free one on TradingView. Um, I have all my indicators in Thinkorswim. I don't use on TradingView. I just have inside bars really. Oh, I guess this would have been good to play today. When we broke through this level, that would have been a great play. I wasn't paying attention though, honestly. So I mean, you can see I have like literally like no indicators on TradingView. I have um, inside bars, outside bars, but I actually have them turned off because I mostly just use TradingView for charting on. Well, so um, it's not really a point of confluence. It's just showing. I mean, like, I guess if you see a B and you're playing puts, you know once it gets, right around here, um, that you're probably going to see a pretty good drop, um, from this level to this level. Um, but other than that, no, I don't. I don't use it as a confluence point. Anybody else have any questions? Tao Sun, I will try to show you. Let's see, 1 year, 1 day. Yeah, the pivots aren't on that chart. Let me see. It's kind of hard to show, but so they're just going to be support and resistance areas. Let's see, what's the daily pivot on? Sorry, let me find out what the level is. Daily pivot here is. Actually, let me use a different chart where I'm not looking at such a big number. Okay, so daily pivot here, 3706. And looking back, you can see I would have to actually really ask Shorty this. He doesn't post a watch list. I mean, Shorty. Okay, so actually, that's one thing that we can go over really quick. So, if we look at this AMC chart, right? Let's turn off my studies really fast so we can see this better. Zoom out a little bit. So you guys saw this on my trading view. So we had a wedge here, right? You can still use your technical analysis with Shorty's indicators as another point of confluence. So when we broke this level, assuming you have more points of confluence, you could take the trade there. So if we go back to the 3-minute, this is perfect, right? We're not going to have the orbs because this happened before the first 30-minute. But actually, that level, it's pretty interesting, ends up basically being the OR50. If you look at this, we have 1, 2, 3 points of confluence there. I need my volume. So we've got VWAP trend line, a buy indicator for the trend line. We cross below our wedge and close below it, retest it. We would take puts here, and our volume's great. So, everything lines up here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of confluence. So you can see that your technical analysis still works basically as another point of confluence in taking trades. And interesting to see here that we literally came down to the POC and bounced off of it. So I apologize to the people asking about the daily, weekly, and monthly pivots. I don't know how those are calculated. I just learned Shorty's trading method probably 2 weeks ago. I'll have to ask him how those are calculated. I don't know. So I apologize that I can't answer that question for you. No problem. Really quick, I'm assuming everybody that's in the YouTube is part of the Discord, right? Yeah, no, I'm curious too. So I do need to look that up myself. I mean, I do need to ask Shorty about that as well. All right, I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes, see if anybody has any questions or wants to look at another chart. Um, if not, I'm gonna call it a night. It's getting pretty late here. Oh, and whatever you guys do, nobody else subscribe to my YouTube. I have 69 subscribers now. I'm set. My life is complete. And all right, it looks like we're good. I mean, if you guys do have questions, you can always just hit me up in Discord. No problem, Han. Um, as always, love all of you. Have a good night. I'll see you all in the morning. Um, we're gonna start rocking really soon here. Anybody that joined late, I'll say it one more time. Shorty, I talked to Shorty today, and he confirmed that anybody that is like our core group of people that trades with us, on almost every day, is going to be part of phase 1 for his Discord. Assuming you guys want to join. And I can't wait. I hope, I really hope I see all of you there, because the education is going to be through the roof, top notch. And having access to Shorty, like where you can ask him questions, and is completely invaluable. Like I said, he made $198,000 on one trade today. Obviously, none of us have the money to do that right now, but if we trade with him the way he tells us to trade, and manage our risk management accordingly, we can absolutely get there. Every single one of us is capable. So fun, huge, exciting things coming up in the future here. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. Much love. I'll see you all in the morning. All right, have a good one.